you a few weeks ago, I had put up a post, um, about the podcast. Just whether it was just who was coming up next or whatever it might have been, and you put up underneath it. It's such a beautiful kind of compliment to me, and it was very, very touching. I was genuinely moved by it, and it got me kind of thinking. I kind of, how often do we do that? I think, like, my mom gives me compliments all the time, and they're lovely, and I appreciate them. But when it comes from someone outside of your immediate family will say, it kind of throws you off a little, like, and not necessarily in a bad way. It just feels kind of weird. It's kind of, but it's really, really nice and a positive thing to do. Have you always been like that, or has your mindset towards that changed?
It really changed for me when my grandfather died when I was 17. And I had been like, I'd gone through a phase where, I found him sort of clingy, and I was like a teenager, and I was like, grandpa, get off me. And then he died sort of suddenly. And my only regret was I hadn't told him more what he meant to me. And I made a choice then that I would not walk through life, no matter, like, say I have a massive fight with somebody, doesn't matter. I will tell you at the end of it, you know what? I'm sorry we don't see eye to eye. I love you. And I walk away, because, you can't. I feel that leaving things unsaid, what's the point of saying all of this at someone's eulogy when you can say it to them now? And Tuesdays at Maury was another book that really changed my view at that. This idea that let's have a party for your life and your living, celebrate the people in it, rather than, wait till they're gone. It never made sense to me. Yeah.
You're right. But since you paid me that compliment, I've been trying to think, how can I start doing that, without certain, I think I'm okay, being nice to people and things like that, but just dropping in those nice little compliments. I need to figure out, what is it in me that stops me doing it? Is there a little bit of embarrassment, or
see that beautiful, beautiful mind of yours? You need to just bring it down into the heart and allow, like, the other beautiful thing about the heart is so complex as a nervous system. It's actually classed as a mini brain, and it has as much vital function in our thought processes as our mind does. It's a little bit of a chicken and egg situation there. And I find the more I bring my mind into my heart and I let it guide me, the happier I am. And yes, it does come across to some people as like, I won't lie, I get quite a bit, Suzi, you are as mad as a brush. I said, well, maybe, but maybe I'm not, because I'm also one of the most grounded people I know. I'm very, very earthy. I'm very much, I'm the person you want if you've got a problem or a disaster, because I'm a fixer. I will go in, and there's an extremely logical mind here, and I will pull it apart and I will put it back for you.
Yeah.
So, that is what I do. That is what I do in my workshops with people. That is what I do in my yoga practice with those that come to the mats with me. That is what I do as a writer. That is what I do as a person going inward and learning about themselves. It's about teasing open everything and then creating this beautiful, I guess, that synergy and light again. But again, taking that mind into the heart and letting the heart express.
Yeah, I think you're onto something, because it's not that, I think that we're all so, none of us are used to it. So when it happens, it's when someone receives a compliment, and it kind of, you're kind of stunned for a second, because you're like, what is there something going on? Is this, the mind automatically is cynical about these things because we're not used to them. And I think that kind of cynicism is just, and I'm not going to say it's an Irish thing, because it's certainly not. It's a kind of a worldwide thing, where it's not just a compliment is given and it's received at the same way it was given, if you know what I mean. Yours is given in genuine, thoughtfulness, and the person who's received it is kind of a bit freaked out, because they don't know, why are these compliments come, it's a weird thing. I just wanted to bring it up because I want people who are listening, maybe they can kind of understand where I'm coming from, and have had the same experience when they've received a compliment, and they're kind of like feeling a bit, I don't know what it is. I was genuinely moved by it, though, and I think I've improved and moved on in the last few years myself. And I think I've been able to take that compliment and go, well, that's a really nice, sweet thing that would make my day, you know. And I think
Yeah.
that's a good way. And when you talk about the synergy and light thing, it kind of it makes sense in what you're doing and what you and how you are as a person, you know.